Warriors, I wanted to talk to you about the month of March, and it's Women's National History Month. Now, what does this mean? Actually, it's sort of international because it is celebrated not only in the United States, but the UK and also in Australia. Now, March 8th coming up, we have International Women's History Day or International Day of the Woman. And I was thinking about something when March 1st hit, and I was looking at Twitter and Facebook and seeing all of these wonderful postings about celebrating women, about let us quote women of the past with major accomplishments. That is the goal of Women's National, of this historical month for women. Talk about accomplishments, talk about great things. And I got to thinking, what will the future history be for our girls and young women today in 2023? Because right now, we are living in a society that is promoting the normalization of the sexualization of our young girls, of all kids, but right now we're going to talk about girls and young women. Our children have been growing up, certainly in the last couple of years, it's been going on now for a while. Everything is very sexual, everything is very in their face, everything is promoted as you can be a sex worker instead of a doctor or scientist, a lawyer. That's just fine because you'll make a lot of money. You can exchange nudes online because that's acceptable. You can get a boy's, attention because you can lift your top up. And, right now there's actually a TikTok challenge. It's flashing your chest. I don't want to say the words. It's a family program, everybody, of what the music that plays with this challenge, but it's totally disgusting. And girls are doing it. And on TikTok, flashes for a few minutes and disappears. Well, we know with the internet online, nothing truly ever disappears. It's been captured, it's been sent, it's on a porn site somewhere. Everybody's got your images. So we've got that going on. So I'm thinking, what is the history going to be 10, 20, 30, 40 years for today in 2023 with all of these issues going on? Where are all the feminists? Where are all the women that when I was a child in the early 70s were promoting equality? That was every kind of woman came together, every color, every religion, everybody from across the country. I remember this because I remember watching the nightly news with Walter Cronkite and seeing it in our home, and women wanting to do better, wanting to, childcare, wanting to have equality in the workplace, wanted to have equal pay. Then fast forward, we have the Me Too movement. How come Me Too? You're supposed to believe every woman. Okay. Well, today, and the interview will be up actually tomorrow, I interviewed for my TNT program, Juanita Broderick. Now, for those of you not familiar, Juanita is now 80 years old. Juanita, in her own words, was raped by Bill Clinton. She has written a terrific book, put some ice on that. And I wanted to focus on the month of March, interviewing some terrific women who I think we should never forget about in history. And Juanita tells a very credible story. And it saddened me that during our chat talking together, she blamed herself. And also she pointed out, when I do these interviews, I try not to talk too much. I want them, after all, I want them to share their voice with our audience. And I let her go. And she said, very credible story about Bill Clinton, and one I've kind of heard over and over and over again. And I've also heard over and over and over again how girls and women blame themselves for being assaulted, for being raped. And I just had to tell her, no, 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 no. He pulled a Harvey Weinstein, as I like to call it these days. And she said, I know you're right, but, and I hear this out of young girls these days. Yes, girls put themselves in situations, but nobody deserves to be assaulted, to be raped, to be attacked. So I keep thinking about, with everything going on today, with the youth mental health crisis, with the drugs flowing freely. I live in the middle of New York City, and every time I turn around, there's a new smoke shop popping up. As a matter of fact, on the east side, I saw recently, right across the street from a grammar school, and I thought the law was they were not supposed to be within 1,000 feet or something like that of grammar schools. And when these signs say, exotic vapes and Of course, I mean, even I do a double take when you see different signs and different colors and flashing lights. How are these shops able to open up on almost every corner, in every neighborhood? How are they making money? Don't tell me they're not selling to kids, because we know they are, because people do anything for a buck. And a kid might see a sign that says exotic vape, a kid who may not have ever done any vaping, and is going to try it, right? We had Officer Dave Gomez on my program last Saturday, TNT, and he is boots on the ground school resource officer, and explained how kids are vaping during classes in the schools. So I'm thinking, wow, we have so many problems and nobody's protecting our girls, our young women. What is the role in history in the future? I don't know. That being said, there are some a lot of terrific girls you never hear about, because the media constantly focuses on what we call the low-hanging fruit, that which is easily, watched, laughed at, clicks, likes, website traffic. They don't really want to focus on a 12-year-old girl who won a scientific project and changed blah, 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 blah. You get the drift. And so it is up to each and every one of us. We need to reclaim our children. I know, we got a lot on our plates, a lot going on, but we have to step in. We have to be that warrior. It is a perfect name to deal with what's going on right now. We can't not allow, you've seen it, warriors, over the last couple of years, what's going on. Everything is crashing down around us, and you know it, but there is hope, because we still have our precious children, and we still need to talk to them, communicate, tell them there are bad people in the world, tell them there are bad people online, and start really giving them attention and spending time. And I don't want to hear, everybody's got, start with 10 minutes a day. You got to do it. Put down whatever you're doing, spend with the kids. The kids are crying for us. The kids are looking for us. And also in 2023, because we're in crisis mode with kids, not a bad idea, if you can, whatever way you can, we have to look out for other kids. When Officer Gomez said that 20% of his high school, the kids are homeless and couch surfing, 20%. He's in Idaho. And we've got the vaping going on. We've got phones in the schools. We need to have a movement, school by school, no phones during school hours. I know it's a start, because they have phones after schools, but we got to start somewhere. And we have to empower our young girls. It's not okay to lift your tops up and participate in these horrible TikTok challenges. You're worth much more than that. But you know what? And I have to point it out. A lot of adult women are doing this, and the girls are seeing it. We have to be more role models. We have to really step up, because again, we're facing we're in an American crisis. We're not even facing it. So what are we going to do? We're going to focus in our own homes, in our communities, find out what's going on at the school level, find out who their friends are, find out what they're doing online. Talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. Women's History Month. It seems like Me Too came, went. That was for a certain group of women, weaponized, politicized, whatever you want to call it. So talking to Juanita Broderick, why wasn't she believed? Why was she cast aside? Why did the media give her such a hard time? I did ask her today. I said, if this had happened, let's pretend, and Trump was the president, the situation was reversed and it was Donald Trump. Don't you think they'd be all over it? So yes, warriors, are a lot of work to do. But for Women's History Month, we need to really start mentoring our young girls. We all have a girl somewhere. You may not have a child, but you have a sibling that has a daughter. You may not, you have a friend who has a daughter. Every little bit helps. Put down those devices. Talk to your girls. We need to empower them. We need to engage them. They are worthwhile. They don't have to take their clothes off. They don't have to grow up and be sex workers, or sex workers beginning at 15. This is despicable. This is disgraceful. Reclaim our girls and young women. Be a warrior.